I would just like to make a correction, or maybe it's rather an addition to my video about the Instax Mini 40 instant camera. At the time of that video I simply could not figure out what is the difference between normal mode and selfie mode and how to get the camera onto selfie mode. I thought it was on selfie mode, but I didn't realize what's the difference between the two modes. Well, first things first, let me show you how to get the camera onto selfie mode. This is how you turn it on, that part you know by now. Then here it said selfie mode. That's why I thought it was on selfie mode as it was, but no. What you do is you need to pull this harder, this top. There. Did you see that? Now it says selfie on. It's like a little bit more of the lens came out. So now it's actually on selfie mode. It wasn't on selfie mode when we took this first picture that we took. Although there was nothing wrong with this picture. Look at that, it seemed to be in focus completely on my face. So that's why I didn't know what's the difference now really between selfie mode and normal mode if it always takes close-up selfies in focus anyway. Well, I think why it came out right is because I held the camera far enough away from me. But now if I take it like this, then it has to be on selfie mode. According to the manual anyway. Let's just see what the manual says again. You see, after putting it on selfie mode, then you're supposed to be 30 to 50 centimeters away from the camera lens. However, when you take a close-up, here it also says, if you shoot in selfie mode, you can move the camera close to the subject and take a close-up. In other words, macro photography. Pull out the lens barrel, alright, until the selfie on mark appears. Hold the camera so that the circle mark in the viewfinder sits slightly to the upper right of the center of the subject, then press the shutter button to take a photo. So if you want to, oh okay, but that's also 30 to 50 centimeters away, just like when you were doing the selfie mode. So I mean, is selfie mode still necessary? If it focuses anyway, if you hold it like this, what is this? 30 to 50, yeah. But what happens if I hold it closer now? I think let's do an experiment. How close can you actually film something and it's still in focus? Let's take another photograph. So I think let's do this. Let's take this little man. You see, this is a really small object. We'll put him in front, and just behind him let's put this car, robot, crocodile, video games. And now let's take our photo from here. What's that, about 5 centimeters? What will happen? See, here's what it looks like through the viewfinder. But to get all our objects in, we have to be a little bit away from this setup. So I think let's push it a little more. We'll put this guy right at the front. Car, robot, crocodile. Let's put that there. We have a nice setup now. Let's see through this camera. But now you see what happens. If you go this close, your viewfinder is here on the side of the camera. The lens is actually just gonna film this table. Yeah, so you must just keep that in mind, that the viewfinder isn't actually what the lens of the camera is seeing. Yeah, so that's a problem now already. With a very close-up photography, I can see that this lens is not gonna film what we just saw through the viewfinder. Yeah, so you cannot really do something really close-up unless you bring the lens really close and you ignore what you actually see through the viewfinder. Shall we do that? Shall we just estimate what we should be photographing? Like if we bring the camera there. Alright, that's probably really close. 5, let's do 10 centimeters and then take our photo. Oh, but also remember the camera, it's actually upright this way if we want it to look like that picture in portrait mode and not landscape mode. If you want landscape, what do we want? Yeah, I think we want landscape. Now, where's that button? Here. The shutter button. Oh, we now... I already forgot I need to turn on selfie mode. Every time you turn it on and you want to take a selfie, you need to turn on selfie mode again. Alright, now we can take our picture. Shall we do landscape? Yeah, let's do landscaping pictures. This is about let's do 5 centimeters away from the lens. Alright, our picture did take, and there it comes. Takes about 90 seconds for the photo to develop. Let's see, what have we got? No, I'm afraid we missed our aim completely, but we can already see, no, you're gonna have to keep the camera farther away from the subject. You see, look, Our little man is completely out of focus, I'm afraid. The robot seems to be okay. Yeah, the robot is well enough in focus. So let's just see how far away from the camera that was. See, the camera lens was about here. Oh, this time selfie mode is on, even though the lens was in. Anyway, so 5 centimeters is too close, but I would say, yeah, that is about 25-30 that the robot is from it. Yeah, it's a shame we missed the car, but of course I could not see anything. You see here the lens is aiming at the little guy, but through the viewfinder, what do we see? Oh, we do actually see the little guy. Oh no, let's see. There's the lens pointing at the little guy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe this viewfinder is rather accurate. Shall we try one more time? Yeah, let's just do it. Okay, there's the lens. We are gonna do it about 10 centimeters away this time. There, the car is in the shot, and we are now about 10 centimeters away from the little guy. Okay, I took the picture. It's coming out. Let's just give it some time to develop. But alright, I can already see. No, we're not gonna get the picture that we saw through the viewfinder. It's still developing, but you can see we got a lot of the table or the cupboard or whatever that is. The car is not in focus. The clock in the background is, but our little man, no, he's not in focus at all. So no, you do actually need to keep the camera a minimum of 30 centimeters away from the closest subject that you want in focus. Otherwise it's just not gonna happen for you. So it's even worse than our first photograph. But yeah, that's how we learn. So then, now you know. You really do need to keep the camera a minimum of 30 centimeters away. I just want to take another picture, this time of me. I'll just do that same one we did last time, but this time with selfie mode on, to see if there is actually a difference between this one we did and the one we're doing now. Oh wait, I forgot to check in the selfie mirror if I even have the composition right. No, it seems I did not if I look in the mirror now. Shall we just do another one to make sure? This time I'll check in the selfie mirror first. Alright, remember to turn the camera off. And, oh, actually this one wasn't bad, the first one. You see, there it is so far. Yeah, a lot of headroom, but yeah, the composition wasn't too bad. Just compared to the one from the last video, do we see a difference? Well, I almost want to say the exposure, but alright, this photo is still developing. Let's just wait another half a minute or so. Yeah, here's the one I did now last. Composition, I would say, is better, because I actually looked in the selfie mirror and I didn't just take it blindly. Let's give these just a minute or so to develop and I'll update you right away. Alright, I would say they are developed well enough for us to make out the difference. No, the exposure seems about the same. But what I do notice is when we did not have selfie mode on. See, my face was in focus and the background was also in focus. Background elements, you see, they are nice and sharp. While on these ones, see, my face is in focus, but the background elements seem to be blurred. See, it is kind of blurry in the background. My face is in focus, but behind me everything is out of focus. So keep in mind, that's what selfie mode does. If you want to do selfie mode and you actually want everything to be in focus, then you must shoot in normal mode and just hold the camera as far away from you as your arm would allow. Then everything should be in focus. Yeah, I thought the exposure is different, but no, it looks about the same. Just I look a lot fresher than I did in the last video. Much fresher. Okay, so now we know what selfie mode actually does. It does change the focus to focus closer by, but not too close, only about 30 to 50 centimeters, says the manual. And everything beyond that will be out of focus, and everything in front of that will also be out of focus. So I think I'll actually just use normal mode and have everything in focus, because you usually want to see yourself and where you are in focus. Anyway, like and subscribe and we'll chat about more stuff on Stuff Chat.